Look, my dad had a simple proposition. Godspeed. My dad was dropping me off to get a license to be a lifeguard in the city of Wilmington, the project. As I got out of the car and hit Rogers Square, called the center of the city, someone from the DuPont company and Hercules company, two large companies, and the buildings adjacent to one another. And I'm getting out of the car and these two guys moved up and kissed one another. I've never seen that before. I looked at my dad and he said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other. Simple. That's not the reason. The reason I'm pulling over you is I've seen her so late.
Mr. President, what do you want your legacy for JP to be?
Yeah, secure the economy.
When are you going to go
And
on?
the environment. And a few other small things.
When are you going to go on and transition to the vice president?
Oh, I did today.
You know, you can talk to so-called progressive prosecutors around the nation, especially those who've been elected in the last decade, and they will tell you that at one time or another they looked to what Kamala Harris was doing as a model of what could be done. In fact, the Obama Justice Department designated my work years and years and years ago as a model of innovation.
Former President Trump did an interview where he said that maybe being called a threat to democracy was a cause of his being shot. How would the president respond to that?
What I will say is the president has always been very clear when it comes to violent political rhetoric. There is no place here in this country, in our nation for it. He's always spoken about that. He's spoken about that for the past, the past several years throughout his career. And, right after the assassination attempt, the president said, he even made an address in the Oval Office and talked about lowering the temperature. He talked about getting to the bottom of this, having an independent investigation, and how important it was to do just that. And I talked about Charlottesville. We saw how the president spoke against January 6th. The day that, and I remember this, the day that January 6th happened in 2021, the president was then president-elect. He was supposed to talk about the economy. He took that opportunity to denounce what happened. 2,000 people went to the Capitol. A mob went to the Capitol. Officers, law enforcement officers were harmed. Some of them lost their lives afterwards. And he condemned that. He condemned the political violence. And they were doing that because they were trying to overturn free and fair elections. When Paul Pelosi was attacked by a hammer, the president also spoke out about violent political rhetoric and where we will, what happened, how horrific that was. And violence has no place in this country. So if anything, this is a president has been constantly and proactively called out on all Americans to come together and oppose political violence, regardless of our views.